Welcome to the Manager Matt podcast show. The show is designed to give you solutions to your day-to-day management and leadership problems. It's hosted by Matthew Haddock, a frontline manager and leader with over 25 years of experience. If you're ready, then let's get on with the show.
Hi, welcome to the Manager Matt podcast show. This week's show is designed to give you actionable and practical tips and advice which will improve your management skills and get you the best results you can. Make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe to the show so you'll never miss an episode and share it with anyone you think might enjoy it. Also, please rate the show wherever you get your podcasts so more people can find it. Well, without any more delay, let's get on with this week's show. Okay, has anyone seen The Wizard of Oz? I'm sure you have. One of the main characters in there was the Cowardly Lion, who needed a heart. In business, we have some managers and leaders. They don't necessarily need a heart, but they need another part of their body, if you know what I mean. Now, I don't mean some sort of alpha male, macho kind of appendage. We're talking about approach to leadership that doesn't hide behind the corner. Let me explain. Let's start by saying I speak mostly positive when it comes to management and leaders. And in today's cast, I'm still going to be speaking about people's strengths. This subject matter is around leaders who think their actions is in the best of intentions, but realistically, they end up undermining directs and making it in real terms very, very hard for the team to function. They think they're devolving their power, but actually they're just dodging accountability. We have to balance in leadership when it comes to delegation and what we do in regards to that. We don't want to micromanage our people or do all the work for them. What's the point in having directs if you're going to do the work for them, if you know what I mean? So, what do we mean when it comes to this idea of getting that correct balance? Well, we better start by avoiding the first thing. The first thing that you don't want to see out of a leader is somebody hiding behind systems and red tape when it comes to managing them. Of course, we know there is going to be procedures in any business, but the constant referral to procedures will only frustrate your directs. If you can diffuse or answer the question straight away, then do it. Secondly, don't lock yourself away from your people when you know they need your leadership. I hear lots of managers saying, my door is always open, then close it immediately and go on a Zoom call. Now, we all know that these days there's lots and lots of stuff that managers need to do, which is not necessarily seen by all. But I have examples of so-called managers who are literally hiding around the corner so they don't have to get involved. I mean, this is not something really that you should be doing. It's down to poor training and a leadership culture that allows this to happen. Thirdly, the disappearing manager. Now, we know COVID has meant the changes in our flexible working and the way that we are not always in the office is a good thing. I've said it before in some of these casts, but we do know that leaders still need to be visible in work. So, yes, of course, you should be able to work from home. You should be able to work in your home office. Nothing wrong with that. But most of the time, if you're a direct leader, you need to be at the place of work, wherever that may be, and be seen by your people. Fourthly, the scared manager who can't make a call. These are the people who are aim, but would never fire. When it comes to leadership, they never make a decision. They never want to get it wrong, therefore they never make a decision. And of course, the old analogy says that a manager who never makes a decision never gets things wrong. But the directs feel rudderless and left out on a limb if they don't get a call from above in regard to leadership and pushing things forward. Fifth is the pass it on manager. It's not me who wants this to happen, it's head office, you hear. It's a global standard. I know it's not right, but what can I do about it? Yes, obviously there are some non-negotiables when edicts that come down from your head office. But obviously, you know, as a leader, you need to be able to fight and negotiate as hard as you can and be seen to doing that for your directs so they know that you're pushing back on their side. Yes, at the end of it, there may be a point where you're going to have to accept whatever that new ruling is. But if you don't push back and make those directs understand that you're there for them, you'll soon be seen as a weak manager. I'm sure there's more and more examples of this, but what can you do about it? Well, is this holding a mirror up to your manager or up to yourself? Because at some point you might think, actually, I've done some of that. So if this podcast does one thing, it lets you know that you're not alone. People and other leaders have done this in the past. And if you see it in yourself, you obviously can make a change. Now, if you're seeing it in your directs, then obviously you need to be making them aware, either through one-to-ones or feedback. You set the way things happen and you make sure others follow you. So you need to plan, do, check and act when it comes to making sure you've not got the hiding manager within you. Leadership is never about the rights and wrongs of everything. It's very difficult as a manager to say, I will do this on this day and it'll be perfect. Perfection is something we probably never get to. But we all know that if a leader is distant and away and hiding, they are not going to be able to drive the business forward and make things happen. So it's very important that you as a leader appreciate the fact that whatever you are doing, and in business this is around what you're doing to make results, has to be around you and your team. There's no way that you can sit on your own and be an island when it comes to management. If not, then why have leaders in the first place? Just have people doing. Well, thanks for listening to the show. And as always, I'm really keen to hear your thoughts on this show and any of my others, both good and bad. So please send me your feedback, as it's a gift, to managermattpodcast@gmail.com. Answer all my own emails, and we're really glad to engage on new and old topics. One more thing, whatever you've learned today, please apply it when you can, because whatever we do, we can make tomorrow better. Right, well, that's it for Manager Matt this week. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Thank you so much for listening to this Manager Matt podcast. We hope you found it interesting, helpful and actionable. One last thing, please leave a quick review on iTunes or with your podcast provider, as it helps to spread the word of Manager Matt. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the podcast, and if you did like anything in particular, send an email to managermattpodcast@gmail.com or visit managermatt.co.uk for more content. Feedback is a gift, so let's keep giving. See you next week.